How exactly did we win World War II? I'm going to tell you when we come back. Don't go away. Hello everybody and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And before we get started, I need to give you a trigger warning. I wish things like this weren't necessary, but apparently they are. This is a video about a weapon, a real weapon. If this is going to disturb you in any way, shape, or form, please tune out of this video now. And we hope to see you in our next video. All right, with that perfunctory thing done, let's talk about how we won World War II. The United States military was using a bolt-action rifle. And what that meant is that to take a shot, you had to operate the bolt, fire, operate the bolt, fire, operate the bolt, fire. And each time you operated the bolt, it would eject the spent cartridge, and then when you closed it, it would load a new cartridge. And that's what we were using. In 1936, a new weapon hit the scene made by a guy named Garand. Now, there's a lot of argument about this pronunciation. I'm calling it Garand. If you don't like it, well, call it whatever you want. You do you, I'll do me. We'll both be happy. I'm calling it Garand. The Garand, short of the men and women and their courageous effort in World War II, the Garand won the war. Why do I say that? Well, a lot of people say it. General Patton said it. He said it was the greatest thing in the fight against the Axis. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly how he said it, but he acknowledged how important the M1 Garand rifle was in the fighting of World War II. Why? Because it's a semi-automatic rifle. And what that means is you just take a clip called an end clip and you stick it in the Garand, and you've got 8 rounds that will fire as fast as you pull the trigger. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? When you spend your last round, the end clip pops out of the gun, and you know you're empty. It takes 2 seconds to pop another one in, and boom, 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 you're back in business. The point of that is we were able to put a lot of ammunition on our targets in a relatively short amount of time, and that absolutely made a difference in the war. Nowadays, you can still get World War II era M1 Garands. And that's what I have here today. So how does this work? There was something like 5.5 million, almost 6 million M1s made for World War II. What do you do with those weapons when you start to phase them out? Well, what the United States did is they doubled down on their investment, and they took the rifles, rehabbed them, and they issued them to other governments and countries that were friendly to us so that they could use them for their military to protect their own worlds. The only caveat to that was, when you're done with them, you got to give them back to us. So after World War II, these rifles went on to serve all across the globe. Slowly but surely, they're coming home. So now what do you do with some 5 million rifles? You sell them. So what the government decided to do is, through an organization called the CMP, or Citizens Marksmanship Program, they take all these Garands that are coming back to the country, they rehab them, and then they sell them to people who want to collect them. You know, gun enthusiasts, history enthusiasts, whatever that makes you want to have one of these. That's what they do with them. Talk about getting your money's worth. These things have got some mileage on them. So I wanted one of these. I looked into it 25 years ago and just never pulled the trigger. Well, today is the day I have a Garand. We're going to take a look at it. So while I open this up, get ready to look at it, we can just talk a little bit about the process. The CMP is very persnickety, shall we say, about who can buy a weapon. You have to provide a lot of different documents, passport cover photo. There's a lot of requirements. You have to be part of a shooting club, or in my case, it was a little bit easier because they make some exceptions. If you're over 60, you don't have to show proof of weaponship, gunmanship, penmanship, whatever. You don't have to do that. So I didn't have to provide any of that. And because I'm a member of the American Legion, that satisfied my club requirement. But basically what I did is I sent away a copy of my passport cover photo, my driver's license, my social security card, my American Legion membership card, and of course the order forms that I needed to send in, and then they get you a rifle. And you see, it comes in a really nice blow molded rifle case, which is open. Okay, let's lock that. All right. Oh. Now I've been waiting for this for about a month. Okay, since I placed my order, and been very excited, I gotta tell you. There's a lot of options that you can choose. When I ordered, the lowest grade option was called the rack grade, and that is just, they get it back, they clean it, they measure it, make sure it will fire, and then they send it out, and that's it. They're generally pretty beat up. Then they had service grade. These weapons have had minor repairs, but they look cosmetically better. They have better measurements as far as their tolerances are concerned, and they're just a nicer weapon. That's what I wanted. I was unable to get that. I sent in my order when they still were showing that they had service grade rifles. But by the time they got to process mine, they were sold out of them at the time. So I had to make a choice. I could go down to rack grade, or I could go up to this. And I always call this the wrong thing. I think this is called perfect grade. And these weapons, they're still legit vintage M1s, but they have had their stocks replaced, the barrels replaced, and they're much nicer. They're really nice. And at first I didn't want that. I wanted the history. And somebody said to me, why? They said, these rifles, and this is true, these rifles have been repaired and serviced and repaired and serviced since the 30s. There's hardly any original parts on them to begin with. And the only thing that is really classifying what the weapon is the serial number. And so you might as well get a beautiful one. And that made a lot of sense. So when the CMP reached out to me and said, we're out of the service grade right now, what do you want to do? I upgraded to the perfect, which is what we have here. Now, like you see here, it comes in a blow molded case by Flambeau Outdoors. That's really nice. I'm assuming, yeah, let me look. Yeah, here, there's lock holes on this, so you can lock this up and keep it safe and secure. And I'm excited. Now, this is a 30-06 rifle. It shoots in one go 8 rounds. And I guess I have nothing else to say except to open this up and see what we have. All right, here we go. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Will you look at that baby? Holy crap. Okay, here, we're going to reposition the cameras now. Okay. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I've wanted one of these for 25 years, and I finally have one. Oh my Lord. Okay, so let's go look through the ancillary stuff first. Here is a baggie. It's got your end clip in here. Okay, one end clip, so you're gonna want more. Okay. Thank you for purchasing from the CMP. Read this first. To receive a free trigger lock. That's nice. That's a nice thing. Fill out this postcard and you get a free trigger lock. That's a nice thing. Ooh, did you hear that noise? Did you hear that noise? Now, I don't know what this is. This is all the purchase information, certificate of authenticity. Okay. It's called expert grade, not perfect grade. Expert grade. I do that all the time. I don't know why. It's just me being a moron. Okay, so here on this tag here, I don't know if you can see this. I'll get a picture of it. It's got a muzzle reading of 0, throat reading of 0, and that's great. It's 30-06. Expert. And its serial number is 3... Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that out loud, so I won't. But to my understanding, when I got the shipping notification, I looked up the serial number, and to my understanding, this was made in January of 1945, so it was still a World War II rifle made in the last year of World War II, but it was still a World War II rifle, which is what I really wanted, and I believe this is from Springfield Armory. Okay, I'm going to pick it up. Okay, so this just kind of fell out. That's probably not the best thing. It just goes in there. I'm going to keep that in there for YouTube to make sure that they are not complaining about it, that you can see it's not a loaded weapon. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Oh. Oh. It is just beautiful. There's the serial number. Now, I guess there's a lot of different cartouches that you want to see on here. And, you know, one of the first things you're going to probably do is take this thing apart, clean it up, grease it real good, and get it ready before you go shooting. But yeah, here it is. Oh, man. It's gorgeous. Let me see. It's heavy. This is a heavy weapon. I can't even imagine being, oh my gosh, I can barely hold that up. But I have two bad shoulders. So I can't even imagine these soldiers at war lugging this thing around and having to hold it up to fire. It can be done. It's not the worst thing in the world, but wow. Here it is, my M1 Garand. Okay. Here it is. My M1 Garand, brand new stock, which is beautiful, by the way. Walnut, nice and dark. I don't know. It might need some tongue oil. I don't know. It feels a little bit dry, but it doesn't look too dry or anything. It looks beautiful, actually. Boy, this is a heavy, heavy rifle. Wow, it's heavy. Man, I cannot believe how nice this is. This is so exciting. Wow. Look at that. There we go. If that's not a thumbnail, I don't know what is. Man. So, yeah, basically, you You shove your end clip down in here with the 8 rounds loaded into it. This will slide forward and chamber the first round, and you go to town. Boy, it's beautiful. It really is. I don't see any pitting to speak of. You know, this late manufactured in the war, it probably didn't see a lot of action. And then with the new stock and everything, you know, it is what it is. I don't know how you open this up, but there's a little compartment back here where you keep a cleaning kit. Maybe you got to get your fingernail under there, and I don't have any. I need a sling for it. I need a bayonet for it. If it doesn't have a cleaning kit in the back, I need that. And I need some more end clips. So, anyhow, this is my M1 Garand. I'm loving everything about it, and I'm so glad I did it. It's a piece of American history. It's a piece of shooting history. There's so much about this, and I'm super excited. Now, it took me about a month to get this in from the time I placed my order and got contacted to say, hey, we got to change your order. So it took me about a month, but that really wasn't bad, and it's beautiful. The perfect grades, they not only do they have the new stocks, but they have a brand new barrel on it, which is why my readings are perfect zeros. Brand new barrel on here, brand new wood stocks. All of the metal parts are vintage and original, but probably from many, many different guns, okay? That's, you know, just the nature of the beast. You're never going to find one, and if you do, it's going to cost you $1 trillion, that is 100% original to the day it was made. Okay, you probably just aren't going to find that. Because these things, they were combat weapons. And so they got a lot of use and hard use, life and death use. So, yeah, you know, I'm sure they routinely saw the armorer for repairs. All right. Now, listen, I'm probably going to take you to the range as soon as these temperatures break, because I really want to shoot this at my outdoor range. And so when the temperatures break, we're going to go shooting, and I'm going to take you along. I hope you love this video. If you did, please give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, and especially on something like this, I'm assuming you will, put them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy who bought a Garand, okay? But I'll do what I can for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope the rest of your day is just splendiferous, exciting, and full of new and wondrous things in your life. Until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.